Hey guys, it's Tartan coming at you with another game of Total War 3 Kingdoms. We're here with Rong again, and I'm bad, so we're probably going to fail again, but we'll see. First we need to deal with this Yellow Turban Rebellion. You can't recruit turn 1, all you can do is fight, so we're going to go fight. Now, we don't have any big heroes, we just have one really smart and well-intentioned guy, and then, you know, his hangers-on here. But we don't need to be too fancy here. This is like a very, very small army. And we're just going to, just gonna get it done. This guy wants to duel my Vanguard. No, he wants, not Vanguard. Champion. He would probably win, which means I'm not gonna do it. Also, you know, why expose ourselves to danger? Because we dramatically overtake them in, you know, troop quality and numbers. From what we remember from doing this, the first attempt on this campaign, you know, this battle should just be a breeze. You know, we'll shoot them up a bit, the infantry will collapse in, and then, you know, they don't even have spears here, so lack of braced troops just means that you can, with impunity, run your generals right through. And it won't take long before they're running away, and of course the crash of all these militia showing up is more than enough to dissuade them from making too much of a mistake there. You know, just a little easy-peasy battle to begin, but of course it's what happens after this battle that makes everything sketchy. Alright, so, you know, we have no real choice but to keep on dealing with them. The spear is my preferred weapon of these. No, the great axes. Yeah, better there. We've already swapped his weapons over. We moved the unit size up, so the listed damage is differently, just like how in Warhammer, you know, you move the unit size up and then single entities and stuff do differing amounts of damage. But, you know, they'll have horsemen this time. We're just going to get right to it. There's no point in being too cautious here. If we lose the campaign really quick again, then we can just spool up another one, right?
现在像狂风一样去赢得胜者被就绪。
Because here, the thing about these peasant spearmen is, you know, can they really do anything to us here? If we're, like, really careful on the approach, you know, if we are. Because the spear blocks are there. They're pulling us, like, into their cavalry, but their cavalry are just waiting. You know, they don't want to do that. We'll hit them with the old hamstring. And then just push right through them and, yeah. Push right through them and run out. Flawless. You know, sure, they stabilize the archers, but they're not shooting at anyone. And that makes it okay. So again, we see the spears in the back there. So we can charge in right here, reorient them there. Get this charge, we see the spears on the right. And then just push straight through. Getting away. When you don't have anything to do but worry about the pathing on your heroes, you can avoid some trouble sometimes. All right. Well, these attacks have been very fruitful, and crucially, we haven't ended up getting beat up by it basically at all, due to our clever micro, right? And here, the horsemen are trying to get us tangled up here. We see their spears are not going to be able to protect this specific block. Hit him with the hamstring. Charge straight through to the back. I'm like, not into the spears. Just turn around. We don't have to fight them. We don't have to. We don't. Alright, please attack. Alright, if we just don't get unhorsed, we'll be fine. Because even a very disadvantageous fight, such as that one, is fine if you don't fully engage. Which we avoid doing it. These G Militia, in spite of, like, fighting cavalry, which is what they want to do theoretically, you know, what they really want to do is not fight anybody. You know, that's really the dream of the G Militiamen. Which, you know, that makes sense. You know, they're a militia unit. They fundamentally are not thinking, man, I hope we get into a prolonged bit of combat. They're thinking, if I hold this stick with a pointy thing at the end, I really want to go home. Of course, practical as that may be, when you find that that's who you have on the battlefield with you, it can be a little unnerving when you see them fight for, you know, for a little while, and then just say, I'm gonna run now. I'm like, no, please just keep stabbing them. It'll be fine if you don't run, but they don't believe you. But we're zipping this up. I say we are. In fact, we are letting the archers get overrun by these cavalry. Like, I think, yeah, we've been in melee too long here. We don't have our charge bonus. We need to turn back around. Because we're literally, like, when your cavalry is fighting... When your cavalry is fighting, like, an archer unit and they're not, like, winning, it feels bad.
大义将临，莫敢不从。
Alright, so we get out the Yellow Turban Rebellion, we establish order,
折而不
and we need to make a building. But if I make a building, then I'm not going to be able to improve my my retinue as much as I need.
荣幸之至。
Alright, so decisions. We don't have any vanguards. The only choice is, do we drop the champion for the sentinel? There's not really a point in that, I wouldn't think. We build the tax collection building because it's free, and that'll fulfill the requirements there. We're gonna try to get a trade monopoly with the Han right away. It'll pay for itself immediately.
我方同意。
And this way, we'll start getting our monopoly points. I have no idea how they work, but there are factions' unique resource, and that means we're supposed to get them. You know, so far so good, right? It's what happens after this in the campaign that could ruin us. But we're gonna make different choices this time. You know, we behave too brazenly. Alright, so we don't need Furia Baha'i. We do need a trebuchet. We need to behave better with the trebuchet. We don't need these G militia. Alright. If we get this guy right now... I could have recalled this retinue yesterday. Oh, we can't afford to get it. Well, that's okay. You know, in a turn or two or three, we'll get it. Oh man, well, that was bad. Well. I'm like, oh, because it's 1,000 to get him into the faction, and then it's 1,600 more. You know, we're just gonna wait, right? We're just gonna wait here. I guess we're just gonna do that. We're gonna get rid of this G militia. What's it gonna do for us, right? All this just because... I mean, he is already level 4, though. And we did start with this special red armor. Every time you start a campaign, it gives you, like, you know, something cool to begin with, right? You know, a little bit of special items, a little bit of special dudes. So he has Roar, which should be very good for us. I mean, Roar should be very good for us indeed, right? But we need to give him this position or he's gonna quit. And we'll just go in here and roll this place up. We become a warlord, growing in power. We gain momentum. And now we're supposed to send a character on assignment, but whom? And we'll upgrade the tax building again, because of course we will. Cutting it so close here.
但愿你我能开诚布公。
We're gonna release that guy. And I honestly don't see a point continuing to pay that guy. Maybe we would need him for like an assignment or something, but I just figure we can get like a higher level person out of the pool in a turn or two or whatever. And then that'll be even better, right? And we can't afford to keep on paying them. We are so broke. Sun Jian gets knocked down, hail of arrow fire. And we're going to get a monopoly with Liu Bei until you even pay us for it. So that'll be a nice economic swing.
那就如此吧。
You know, he'll pay us a little bit, and now we're making some money, right? Now we got 800 through trade. If we could run into somebody else, we could get a treaty with somebody else, but that is just too much money right now. We need to... You know, we need to deal with this over here, but how best to do so? Can move here, go to ambush. You can still recruit while you're in ambush. Alright, so what would we do with that, though? Furia Bahai is too expensive, right? For right now. Do we want one of them? If so, we just drop an archer militia for it. Okay, so there's a huge chunk of money. We could try to get away with the Juggernaut, but a Juggernaut at this point, like, could I get away with it? We could just move the turtle, the guards in turtle up to the wall. You know, is this like, is this what we're gonna do? Just like, because we don't need the archers, right? We'll recruit them later when we get flaming shots. So that's all the money. But maybe this will work. Okay, so we'll have the turtle Juggernaut. And then we'll have the trebuchet to knock a hole in the wall, and then we'll just roast whoever gets into the breach, and then ride in with the cavalry afterward. And if you're thinking this isn't going to work, it could work. It could. I agree, it doesn't sound like it's going to work, but it could work. And we're going to pursue that eventuality. You know, we got one good unit of crossbows. And if I can just take this city and ignore their other city, right? Because the other time I got too greedy, right? I moved out further. But if we just get this, then we'll have 2 complete small provinces, and then we can, you know, try to use the magic of trade to convince people to see things our way.
战端既起，我等必将血战到底。
足下真乃擎天巨木，坚不可摧。
Now, of course, they very well might just charge out at us, and in the event that they do, you know, we're gonna have... our fellows there in position. In case they want to just charge out at us here. Which they very well may do. So they do have faction-wide stock, but that'll only get them so far, right? We're just gonna flaming shot, knock these towers down, and, you know... be ready for war soon enough. And if they don't charge out at us, then we'll just go knock on the door with our guys once we get these towers down. There we go, there's one. We're gonna... oh no, they're all here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so they were considerably stealthier when crossing the distance than I had hoped. But the Juggernaut is gonna shoot some of them anyway, and then they're immediately gonna melt, right? Yeah, okay. Well, at least there's that. And we get these wow, they you know, I knew they had stock, but that was definitely a lot stockier than I expected. We're not gonna get in the front of the flamethrower when it's having a good time. I like to think I have a little more sense than that. You know, maybe the Juggernaut was the right play, right? Because the People's Warband there, yeah, you know, maybe this was what I was missing in the first run. Not enough Juggernauts. Our Trebuchet is still going for the tower. That's how dedicated they are to doing what we told them. Now, of course, we charge into the towers, but if we could just get this archer to run, then we'll army loss them, I'm pretty sure. There we go. We got 121 kills. I was definitely, you know, I guess I thought they shot up less well than that, but I guess a lot of these guys don't have shields. Alright, so
百姓定会单视
We'll
胡
occupy
江，
here.
夹道欢迎，力求上进，功名震
Like,
天。
do we dare get another one? If we get one more there, we can get another spear guard to, like, hang out, you know, further ahead of the other ones. And we're gonna get a trade monopoly with this guy. He's gonna pay us just a little bit for it, but hey, now we've got 3 monopolized deals. I don't know if this is good or not, but I do know that it is my unique resource, so that makes me pleased, right? You know, that's good. It's got to be at least pretty okay. And we complete a quest for that, and now, you know, as long as we don't die, we'll be fine.
我不会与你为敌的。
And non-aggression back with Liu Bei, of course.
今日你我达成共识。
Maybe we could have made him give us a little bit for it, but we already, like, got the trade agreement thing a turn ago, so we should have gotten that then. Alright, so... Oh my goodness, they have gotten a big group, an army shows up here on turn 7, Because my public order was fine. Alright, so... Well, that's a problem, isn't it? Okay. I guess we could maybe just beat them. Well, these aren't Huangshao yellow turbans. These are just generic yellow turbans, so they don't have stock. And most of them don't have shields. Man, oh man. Seems rough. Well, if we just move this way, they're not getting any stronger in the meantime, right? So if they... Yeah, now we'll be able to get reinforcements from the town, which, you know, will help some. And if we can just get this stack of spear guards here, because... Well, we can't. Well, they got a little bit into it anyway.
最好派出军队前去解围，以免守军因为城中粮尽而投降。
Alright, so they're gonna attack, and we're gonna have, like, our guy inside, and then we're gonna have our reinforcements arrive, so, you know, maybe we'll just lose our capital here. Because, yeah, our reinforcements are gonna be all the way over there. You know, where can we hold here? These dudes are just gonna break, like, immediately. Yeah, they'll just get shot up. There's no point in having them there. But if we can get... You know, if we can get the reinforcements, the siege engines probably aren't going to get there, but at least the Cavs should maybe be able to get here to help out some. We know that towers are pretty good in this game, and in fact, yeah, we've already killed hundreds there, and before they take all these internal towers, we'll get even more. These archers are going to be well-positioned. We need to swap these archers' attention. Well-positioned to get all of these archers to flee. Probably all of them before they even make landfall here. So that's good. Do they have spears over here? Some, not tons. Just need to get those G militia into position to stop them from getting forward. And then... yeah, here we go. This guy, I mean, he's going to get on these archers for a bit. If we back up to here, though, we'll be able to draw him in the range of these towers. I just want to back up here, you know, we don't actually want to be fighting these guys. We just wanted to stop them from getting inside. This is the defending point, though, so let's just move over here. Okay, chasing this guy down. How is that helping? I mean, it is. It's keeping the archers alive-ish. We need to get him over there. Need to get him engaged in melee here so we can get this roar. Please let me use it. There we go. Importantly, these incursions are now crumbling beneath the weight of our guys. And our internal towers, we know from experience how devastating it is to fight beneath the watchful eye of Han towers. You know, you don't want to do it. It hurts. It makes you feel like you're playing the game wrong when people do it to you. And there, we were just trying to move our dudes a little bit out of the way, so that so they wouldn't get shot up too much on the approach, and it worked. And now our infantry are coming in. Now this guy is, you know, he's trying to have a time, but our towers are still online, right? Right. And there we charge these peasants right off of the space. And here we're just going to start opening up on those archers. Put them into defending mode. Looks like we might be defending it here. We actually don't need this. These spear guards don't want to be fighting these glaives, not for long anyway. We need to get Need to get our fellows on top of it. Says its way in new orders. It seems to be doing alright. You know, stick it with the pointy end. And I think, yeah, they're coming in so slow over on this side. You know, the trebuchet's never going to get in, but this juggernaut might. Let's turn fire at will off. We don't want that thing to be showing up by surprise. Alright, they've totally fled that side now. The fire is coming for this side of things, but these towers are still totally in good shape. And now the Fury of Baha'i have showed up to defend it. Alright, a spirited defense. Because, of course, now, you know, the cavalry's been here, but now the rest of the troops are here, too. It's so strange to be fighting inside of a city and feel safe from the towers. I'm like, ah, we're fighting under the towers just as planned? Alright, here, we just need to pull them out a little bit. You know, if they're afraid, you know, let's not make them flee. Let's just walk away. Maybe walking away will make them feel better. We'll be like, hey, feeling a little tired, buddy? Just chill. It worked. See, now they feel brave again, and they can walk right back in. Yeah, if I get the Juggernaut there, then we're really going to be in business. It was all just a delay in action until we get the flamethrower online. Oh, it's so classy. Alright, we need to get the Cav disengaged here, then wheel around for a rear charge if possible. Everything on this side is no longer really considering coming in. Good, good, good. I don't know if that counted as a charge, but you know, it's about sending a message, right? And I think we've gone and done it. A spirited defense of the capital city from an army that literally appeared out of nowhere. I imagine it happens every run, but I didn't know it happened. I actually lost the other campaign before that happened to me. At least I think I did. Pretty sure it was other effects that made me lose and not this. But awesome.
打赢一场，天下就安定一分。都放了吧，谅他们不敢造次。放了他们。
All right, we ransom them off. The Spear Guard musters up. And we just keep on going across the top left that away. Alright, so we've got a better horse now.
了天下苍生。
But that beat him up, and in between turns, so well, he doesn't get replenishment anyway. So yeah, we'll just be able to auto this down, I think, and I don't think we'll regret that. Auto resolve seemed to be all right with our units earlier, and I mean, yeah, it's all right there.
他们受的苦也够多了，奋力一战。
And with the sweet spin move, we take him out. 3 battles in a day, Kong Rong. He's a regular fighter.
柔克刚，向前进军。
Alright, so now we have a little bit of money. Do we... we gotta get rid of this. The garden, I mean, satisfaction, that's nice, but... You know, we've gotta make room for our buildings. I don't think we can afford any of that yet, though, because we still have to come up here and take Puyong. Or we could just, like, not do that and just build up these places, but... So we just get... I'm like, is 1 cavalry worth one of these Furia Bahai at this point? I mean... We've got decent enough range projection. What we need is the ability to... Yeah, if we just get 2 more cav here... And then we'll get a Furia Bahai here, and then as soon as they come in, because this thing... His calculations are interesting, we should, like... Alright, we take... He's not even hanging out with us anymore, right? So this is like a assignment guy now. And hopefully we won't go entirely broke. I might have overshot it a little bit. Nope, we're okay. We go to ambush, hoping that he'll, you know, overextend here, right? That's the dream. More trade influence? Sure. We're the commerce guy, that's us. We're gonna build this public school, though, because, you know, that's it's like sort of how we operate, right? Or no, we want to... Oh, it gives you income, culture income, once you get a little bit higher up. Well, I think a tax building is better at this point, because we're so broke. Here we recruit this inspector. Do we only have one assignment at a time? That feels bad. Well, that was unwise. He's probably going to become unsatisfied and leave soon, but maybe not. He's also not very good at inspecting, but, you know, maybe eventually he'll learn. He likes Dong Zhuo, but that's unfortunate. Alright, so...
消灭敌军，拿起武器，进攻！
So the faction leader's in the mountains there, so we have to win this battle and then be in good enough shape to beat him right afterward. Fortunately, this guy's weapon is... Oh, no, it's pretty good. And his armor's very good. Alright, we need to stay away from this guy. This guy, huge AP values, swings really fast, and has an AoE debuff. Well... Let's see what we can do here, right? Now, we have a Trebuchet, we've got a Juggernaut, and we've got Spear Guard in turtle mode, so we should just be able to knock a hole in the wall, walk up with our siege thing, and roast them. That's the plan.
我这就让他们见识一下我的厉害。
Alright, so we will... So, like, we used to be like, we've got to knock down the towers, and I'm like, we'll just knock a hole in the wall. And then walk this up to it, and maybe that'll work. And if it doesn't, then I'm all out of ideas. Like, are my trebs failing to hit the wall sometimes? I guess. Okay, so these guys took a really, really unrigid view of what it meant to move in formation. And even though they're supposed to be locked, they have now totally abandoned it. Oh my god. This is the worst campaign of my life. Like, they're supposed to never move away from each other. They're supposed to stay with each other. I guess these these little brushes were a little more intense than I had thought. So like this dude's still like totally stuck over there. Nobody knows what's going on with him. No one knows what they're doing over here. I don't deserve to run China. I still don't know what these guys are doing. This is not like a proud moment for these armies, right? It's not really going well for the forces of Rong here. I'm about to give up on this campaign forever. But, you know, these guys, they're just gonna stay there. You know, they're just gonna live over there. That's where they're gonna be forever. They've forgotten what it was like to be anybody else. But hey, those are just like sword infantry that were there initially, so we're gonna charge in here. And then, you know, hey, we're in. Of course, this is the guy that we didn't want to engage in combat on account of how good he was at fighting. Oh, the weapon has a super low swing speed. That's what it is. Well, then I don't guess the way we're doing these running arounds is going to help us any, huh? Let's get out of here. Alright, we might have drawn their defenses finally into the Juggernaut trap. Maybe. Please shoot him. It would just make me very happy. There we go. Finally. There's the payoff. Oh no, I have, well, you know. Oh, the Juggernaut moved forward and its crew is getting totally murked by the towers here. Well, fortunately, these cavalry are electing to run outside of the walls. Nobody knows why. I'm like, I think we've overstayed our welcome here. I'm like, we should have tried, you know. Oh, no. I've made a huge, tiny mistake. Why am I the way I am? Okay, so Fury of Baha'i are just walking in now. Not ideal. Oh my goodness. So they are trying to reposition in the most insane way possible. This hurts me. I don't... Okay, we're just gonna try to reposition this in the heat of the battle. You know, if we can just get the Furia Bahai inside, right? I guess we're just going for it. It's different than the other battle, you know, we do have a breach. Of course the cavalry is buckling, but hey, we're just gonna roar right here, and that should make all of these people run, right? And then we'll be able to set up our crossbows inside. Alright, well there's that at least. Alright, Furia Bahai are online now. This cavalry unit's about to buckle and die. Rong showing up like a total champion, just busted on through the door. Saying, I heard y'all were having a party. Furia Bahai finally now in a position to shoot at somebody, and now it's going to turn around pretty quick, right? They're not going to like this. They're not going to like a fair fight. Furia Bahai have quite a big morale set. I mean, they're taking a lot of fire here, but they're not heavily armored. They are relatively lightly armored. Gonna go ahead and hit the roar there. It should buckle this whole position, right? Oh, these White Wave veterans. No, not them. Man, they have quite a huge HP pool. Well, we'll get the rest of these people away and then hit them with the old hamstring. Overextended. And these yellow turban warriors don't want to run, huh? Juggernaut is fleeing. Now all of my troops are fleeing. I think we might be able to pull this together anyway. Furia Bahai still have a lot of ammo. Like a whole lot of ammo. So if we can just keep our guys from running for a little while, should be okay. Yellow Turban Warriors, you know, they have like shields and stuff, but they don't have halberds. So we can just charge through them, cycle around, and oh yeah, you know, when they turn the face the wrong way, Furia Bahai getting furious on them. Oh, that's the good stuff there. Yes, yes, yes. We don't need to be... Oh, he lost his horse. I was like, we need him alive so we can roar, but we're not keeping him alive so we can roar. Well,
丢盔弃甲，是懦夫也。
you know, this'll do some splash damage, so maybe it'll be enough. We are caught up on something. Fortunately, those archers get caught by our spear guards there who rallied. Looks like these spear guards are gonna hold. Alright. Alright. There we go. Very engaging stuff. I think we win. There we go. All right. Now the problem is we were supposed to finish that in good enough shape to beat their other army. I don't know if that is going to happen, but maybe it will. We cannot afford negative replenishment. His army's not full strength, right? Yeah, we should be fine to deal with that, probably. Very limited cavalry, very limited infantry, but we'll have some juggernauts and trebuchets and fine archers, so we'll just run around in front, eat up some arrows to spot for our archers, and it should be fine. And we'll get a trade monopoly with Qian. We got so many monopolies. Do I have any more available trade deals even? Yeah, we've used all of them up. But we've got 4 monopolies, which, you know, which gives us trade monopolies. And Yuan Shao declares war against us, which is like not a very bro move. Now Dong Zhuo is like offering to protect us, but really we'll have to pay him money. And what's he gonna do? Protect us from Yuan Shao? Like, we could just run away from Yuan Shao and we'd be fine, right? Right. So the Yellow Turban menace actually running back towards our lands this way. So what we can do here is we're gonna get a Dongzhuo, the tyrant, has
亦
been
会有
slain.
熄灭殆尽之时。
Yes. Lubu offs the man. Dongmin takes over the faction. Alright, so Yuan Shao's army would wipe the floor with us, which is all the more reason not to fight him. Now, why did he declare war on us? Why doesn't he like us? He just doesn't like us. And with the negative relations, it seems that we'll have to just, like, beat him up to make him want peace, but I don't think we can beat his army here. That's a lot of cavalry. We could just give him this commandery. And if he'll pay me, like, a ton of money for it. Look, this is gonna still be, like, 8,000 over time, yeah. So we'll do that. It won't mess with any of our trade routes. And then we'll be able to jump back over here. And if Yuan Shao wants to mess with all of us, then, you know, he can. And now we gotta start flipping over into improving our land. You know, we've gotta, I think. Because if we don't, look, if we don't make the place that we're in a little better, then we won't be able to defend against the ravages of Yuan Shao, who will probably come across the river at us before too long. But since we're revenue positive right now, we can just take advantage of this. Liu Bei is rolling up on the Han over here, just absorbing it into his own faction. Good for him. Of course, that's probably going to mess with our trade agreement eventually, but hey, what are you going to do, right?
正在行进，来人，禀报一下近况。
还是贸易赚钱快。
So he wants to give me this pretty nice axe in return for 5,000. No, dude.
随你。
If you're a real friend, you just give it to me. Alright, so Daqian moves up there. Oh, I have dual war access now. We should equip that on somebody. Oh, that has to go on a sentinel. Well, we'll equip that on a sentinel someday. Maybe I had them for the whole run and I just didn't know because I didn't have a sentinel. Right, so Jiling is in the pool. He is a unique vanguard, but he's like, he doesn't have like good abilities. He doesn't have a special weapon, He's got armor. It's okay. It's good. I'd like put him on an elephant, But I don't want to pay for another guy that's not working. It's bad enough that I'm already paying this guy. I guess we just release him, and just we've wasted the money. I mean, no. Maybe someday it'll be practical. And he's just like chilling up here. Trespassing? I thought we got a military access treaty.
多谢。
力求上进，功名震天。
Alright, so we give him a ya and a heya,
恩泽，
and
将为天下
we eliminate
传
the Yellow Turban menace. Good. Great, even.
振作起来。
And he gets to fire arrows, which means we will want to get, like, one unit of regular archers in his retinue.
此为苍生黎民之天下，非暴虐诸侯之天下。
We gotta build some building there to unlock that. Peasantry income is like all we got, so I guess we're gonna lean into it. Anyway, that guy might leave the faction soon. I don't have any way to make him happy. I don't have anything to do. I can't put him in charge of anything. It won't let me. I'm already giving this guy the only job it'll let me give anybody. I guess we're gonna have to just lose all of our generals. Feels bad. Oh, we can give that to somebody. That'll provide satisfaction. More than they're currently getting. We can put that on next turn. And that'll be 4 points.
你不用怕我们。
Non-aggression pact, and he's gonna pay me for it. Feels good. He's a good neighbor, It won't last. He'll eventually get bored of being there, and nothing goes on forever. Civil war over in yonder way.
保持原样，向前进军。
Guess we can't annex. It's alright.
前进！我已归来，百姓是否安好？
And once the Diplo payments from selling this place go away, we'll still be able to pay for it, probably.
人壮而后，枝叶繁茂。
Nube finishes rolling up and annexing the vestiges of the Han up here. Alright, so this guy was wounded and we went and visited him. Very good indeed. And here we basically go to the limits of our food, right? Well, this one will... No, that one's just trade, you know. Maybe we need to... We'll make like one more food here first. He wants the wooden dog. I can't give you that. And this guy leaves, you know, we should have fired him. Never should have hired him, you know. And this dude's probably gonna leave soon. At least we can give the good horse to this guy for one brief shining moment.
发动农民。 纯心守贞。
Yeah, satisfaction's like all the way up that tree.
稍事休息。力求上进，正在行进。
We're gonna pop on over here.
离我可谓僵持不下。
Hey, and he's seeing the error of his ways. Of course we will accept peace.
足下此举可谓明智。
We've successfully dissuaded him from invading our land. A plague of locusts descends upon us. Fortunately, we have just enough food to overcome that.
“
我方静候足下答复。那就如此吧。
Cao Cao's having himself a bad time getting into wars and such. But, you know, for right now, things are fine. You know, we've got, you know, we're building our stuff. We need more food production before we increase this. No, this one won't take more food yet. Okay, that's good. So as our population grows, you know, sure there'll be disorder from, you know, the taxations, but hey, what are you gonna do? We'll just hang out here, you know, we can barely get enough food for everybody, but it is enough food for everybody. %, income all sources, I guess we'll take that. Niru, legendary spy guy. But we can't afford him. We're just gonna, like, we can't. We can barely afford to stay here and keep hitting intern, but that's exactly what we're going to do, right? Because right now, as far as we're concerned, everything's good, you know? We've gotten rid of the Yellow Turban Rebellion, and we're just ruling our little part of China. We're being a faithful governor to the Emperor, right? And we'll get him back into, you know, more efficiently dealing with taxes and keep on ending the turn and see what happens. You Dai has declared war against us. Come on, buddy. My man's just being bored, I guess. Well, we will deal with him.
我们再听。
Why does like he must just be bored, right? Yeah, he just want. Oh, it's like he's mad at a lot of the Hound. Well, you know, we'll find a way to deal with him. And this place will have a rebellion in like one more turn. Yansha wants me to pay a shakedown, and then in return he'll give me non-aggression pact. Dude, mess with me again. Show up. Just show up. You can see what's up.
如此甚善。
We want some military access here. We're gonna make him pay for it. That's what a good friend he is, you know.
真令人愉悦。
And we're gonna get a rebellion like next turn.
出发！
Which is fine. We'll attack them, you know. That'll be good. Oh, they spawned all the way over
这
there.
个人情，如此只得作罢。
回归原状，
But fortunately, we will just
下
smash
之于
them,
地，上参于天。
roll it up, ransom them, make a little bit of money, carry on.
大义将临，莫敢不从。
And Tachian now has been succeeded.
别来无恙啊！
Who's a nice underdog guy. And of course... Like, if we march over here, what's the worst that'll happen? That's a long way from home, you know. Why don't we just chill
向前进军，
and govern our province well? You know, that's what we're all about, you know. We're all about proper
正在
governance.
行进，我军需要休整。以柔克刚，
But I guess we go this way to improve public order. We can't go any further up that way yet. We're like blocked by buildings or something, I guess. Yeah, I'm like, alright, so this one is just barely stabilized.
将士们需要休整。
And this one's having a time. We'll go ahead and level up the building here.
我方静候，那就如此吧。
And maybe once, you know, we build a couple more buildings, we can get enough prestige to get another administrator slot. Since, is the little conqueror now, good for him.
前进，来人，禀报一下近况。
Alright, so going this way for Flames of the Phoenix. Flames is very good, right? But Zeal makes him much better at fighting, and everybody better at fighting. And Final Rush is its own reward. But if we don't go this way, then we won't get to Flames until, like, the end of the... You know, who wants to live forever? He'll level up eventually, or he won't. We'll figure out which. Yan Shao wants military access. Let's negotiate this. How cool do you want to be? How about just a nice non-aggression pact? And you can give me a little bit of money for it since you declared that war on us. Yeah, there we go. This is like how I would play a Total War game if I had never played one before, so it's a lot of fun for that reason. Like, you know, you just deal with the rebellions, and then you're like, oh, okay, now we're gonna stay here and build up. This is good. Why'd they call this game Total War when you can just, like, hang out and build up and have fun? Oh, and we got Good Omen, which is actually going to stabilize public order for a few turns anyway. The young emperor comes of age! Hooray! Or, I mean, or not, depending. First thing we're going to do is increase our own imperial favor. Now, over here, this is an opportunity, because if Liu Bei loses this land to the Yellow Turbans, then I will be in a position to take it. And then I'll have it. We shouldn't be too far away. I don't think this guy's going to move over here at us. He might. He might. But you know, we've got our trade monopoly points. I have no idea what that does, but we've got them. You know, that's good. And you know, if it makes them not trade with other people too, I guess that's good because it starves them of potential income streams. But I haven't gotten it to anyone who, you know, like we would be concerned about that with yet. All right, so.
稍事休息。定国安，国已归来，百姓是否安好？力求上进，功名震天。
We need more food production so that we can build our places bigger. I would love it if the Yellow Turban would take one of these places so that I can swallow it up. We get an event that increases his satisfaction, so that's good, because, you know... Well, here, and before too long, we should be able to increase our faction rank, and then hopefully we'll be more stable with satisfaction, right? We'll be able to give him a job.
诚心守贞。算我求你个人情。算了，继续吧。
Yanshu declares himself emperor, which is outrageous, of course. There can be only one.
暴虐诸侯之天下。折而不摧。大步向前。
考虑一下军事通行权的问题吧。
I mean, why not? I'm just suspicious of him, but like, you know, maybe it'll be fine. We'll just put ourselves in even greater imperial favor. You know, the Emperor would really love us if he knew who we were. We're gonna build the first school. The Academy of Culture. I actually love this campaign already, though. You know, what a nice change of pace. You know, you do some fighting and then you hang out. You know, you build up in your lands and you think, this is fine. Everything's fine in China. Nothing's ever going to go wrong. Sure, there are these rebellions and stuff, but other than that, it's all okay. So if we go down the green line, then we can get Azure Dragons, and then we can have, like, Furia Bahai backed up by glaive dudes with even more crossbows.
这是看在咱们朋友份上的。
Sun Tzu wants me to join the coalition, and in return, he'll make me pay him a lot.
甚善。
Some dream, buddy. Some dream. Couldn't be me. I'm busy being the best administrator ever. We're 6 prestige away. Those buildings, I mean, we'd have to get...
坚持不懈。
No, we can just upgrade both of these. I think getting the extra slot to make our guy happier and, you know, just to level up for other stuff is more important, I think.
此乃我方心意，还望笑纳。如你所愿。
Not sure why I have vision on the Yellow Turban Rebellion so far down. Oh, the armies of Wei are here. Well, hello. I feel like having a trade agreement with them is more important than... Well, we'll just wait. We'll level up soon enough, and then we'll try to get an agreement with them, right? Right. Alright, so right now he's going to sign a non-aggression pact for 4K. Yeah, he's going to pay me, yeah. And look, I don't want to fight him. I want to be everybody's friend. I do, unironically. Game recommends I decrease campaign difficulty. I'm doing fine. They just think I suck because it's turn 42 and we haven't had any fights in a super long time, and I'm hiding in here like a scaredy cat. But, like, that's all part of the plan, baby. That is all part of the plan.
朋友，欢迎。
We're just gonna give him, like, some food. Like the game thinks that I'm doing bad for literally doing what I want. And they're mad because we trespassed, but dude, like, you just stole those lands overnight. I didn't know you were gonna have all that. But, importantly, you know, now we're giving them a little bit of food, and they're paying us a little bit of money, and that will keep them from wanting to bash me. Hopefully. Hopefully. Liu Bei wants us to form a loose coalition against enemies. Yeah, of course. I love Liu Bei. He's like my bro. I'd be very put out if somebody were to hurt him. This Yellow Turban, like, I would like them to take the city from my good friend. He wants to be in our coalition? I mean, yes. The thing is you're already, like, at war with people, so you're gonna have to end that on your own, right? This dude is just straight sailing around the world. Ferdinand Magellan got nothing on him on account of how this guy's actually sailing around the world. That's not fair. But you don't have to be fair when you're telling a joke. It's something they don't tell you. Before joke school, they're like, you know, you can do what you want. Like, are there any other trade agreement ones from this way? I don't think so. Like, super far up the tree, yeah. Well, we're doing green tree. That's what we're doing. We have to grow our population, and through that, you know, we will grow our prestige, and through that, we will farm non-aggression pacts, which of course is what I want. I don't want aggression. I think we should all go to school and read books and learn. I'm Rong, and that is what I believe. My power increases. Oh yeah, we are now the second Marquis. Second Marquis. Marquis. Alright, so we get a trade agreement. We need 2 admins, right? More trade agreements is so important. I guess we just keep off of the assignments. 2 administrators to let us get a guy to administrate each place. Which means also that we can recruit like another person if we see someone attractive in the pool. A brute is probably of the would the Han Empire have a spy? Like this assassin, because like if that's gonna get me somebody that has poison volley, right, then well, hopefully they aren't a spy. And we'll make this guy the administrator of Baha'i. You know, it would have been better if they were in the other places, wouldn't it? Yeah, because this guy actually had, like, a food benefit. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? Things the right way, apparently not. We're just gonna build a school there too. Here we want to build a commerce building. I think we are like, you know, we need to make more food. Like that sale that we made to Cao Cao to make them like us, you know, we are now at 0 in the surplus, which doesn't feel great. Oh, that's right, we got more trade agreements. We must immediately elicit people into joining them with us.
别来无恙。
Maybe he doesn't have a free trade route.
别来无朋友，欢迎。
Alright. Who does have a free trade route? Alright, so due to our awesomeness, we get him to sign a trade monopoly also. Shiji, we know, should be like pretty secure over here.
请进，朋友。
A trade monopoly deal, not a regular trade deal. Wonderful stuff. Making more money all the time. And we get 30 change per turn, so we're going to be maxed out pretty soon. Whatever that does. Wealth is power, yes. I have literally no idea what trade influence does. Maybe it makes, like, the fact that they're trading with you matter more to them. I don't know. Cao Cao is rolling up, you know, our erstwhile ally in this direction. What are you gonna do, right? It's not really our affair. I wish everybody could just get along.
前途已明，加入我方吧。如你所愿。
We're just gonna side with Liu Bei in this, you know. Like, yeah, you know, join the coalition of thoughtful guys who just wants to, you know, grow livestock and commercially fish. Just hanging out, doing stuff. No reason for us to have to fight anyone, right? Right.
力求上进，功名震天。勇夺荣耀。
Oh, you know, supervised construction, that'd be pretty good, huh? Alright, it probably won't click on until next turn anyway. Well, you know.
Rong 算我求你个人情，如你所愿吧。为了天下苍生。
Oh, we got a better weapon some way along the way. That's good news. Public order faction wide. That's good. Good stuff. This guy's the administrator. This guy's the administrator. We could give him. Income faction wide, yes please. Like, when are we even picking up this stuff? Their satisfaction's better now that we can move them around, so we're not so concerned with it. And this is indeed a guy who can get to poison volley, so, you know, that's what we're going to be wanting to do eventually. But really just, you know, if we knew they were trustworthy, just getting them into a place, getting them like a solid bevy of, like, you know, Furia Bahai to support them, and then they can, like, be an administrator somewhere, and that could be like a pretty good stiffening agent to what we've got going on now. You know, our trade influence is considerable, whatever that means. Liu Bei has sent out this expeditionary army to rescue the Emperor, probably? Yeah, to rescue the Emperor. He said, you go, here's your militia force. I'm going to hang back here with my sworn brothers to make sure nothing bad happens to us. But you can go. I guess you get satisfaction there also. But we need more food, because, you know, if we can't get more food out of our land, what are we going to do? We'll have to buy it. We can't just go invade somebody else's land for their valuable food producing regions. That's not who we are. Zhonghe? No. Well, you're joining me now, buddy. Now, I don't think he's a spy. Because they fought for Hanfu, and then that faction, you know, I don't think that faction's around anymore. But we've got the rule here now. We'll just give him these till... Yeah, I mean, we gotta trust him, right? Don't we? Don't we just have to trust him? He doesn't have, like, great abilities as far as Sentinels go. But he is a legend. But we're gonna take his weapon and give it to one of these guys here in a second. And that is going to be very exciting. Because, like, look, I want to trust him. I want this legendary sentinel as much as anybody else does. You know, he's got good armor. Most sentinels don't have that high of armor, so, you know, it's like, you know, he's a handsome guy. He's resourceful and cunning and creative and artful, you know. Bunch of good stuff. But no, I mean, we just got to see if Hanfu's even a faction, right? And then if Hanfu's... See, Hanfu is a faction, though. He could be a spy. We're just gonna hold on to him, hope he doesn't leave, and Hanfu probably won't have a faction forever, right? Who's he at war with? Yeah, he's at war with Dongmen, with Zhongyang, and with Zhengzhong, so, like, we're fine. We'll just hold on to him for a bit, and hopefully it'll pan out. Now, there was one more... Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and snap up this sentinel. This is another bandit sentinel. We know because their profession is thief. Now, thief is on the opposite side from poison volley, but hey. He'll eventually get there. He's spiteful, greedy, and healthy, but of course he, we're not making him an administrator. He's just got a job in the council. He's the Grand Commandant, you know? Speaking of the council, we need to do that in the spring, not now. Alright, Imperial Favor. We have max Imperial Favor. We need to... It's like, do we want to start messing with people? Tazel's got a lot of Imperial Favor. We can just start trying to tank it because he's the one that's, you know... Just messing with other local governors? Yeah, let's do that. And then, you know, if other people do it too, then we'll eventually be able to stand up to them. The Han declares Yuan Shu an enemy of the Han. Well, I believe it.
那就快点吧。
廉洁奉公。 你我联手，可重振天下希望。此次会晤收获颇丰，多谢
And we're
主
getting
下。
more and more people in our coalition. That'll, you know, this'll make us look like a bristly hedgehog. You know, they won't want to mess with us.
立刻群敌。
We do not have the food production to increase our population anymore. The Diplo will end soon enough. Man, I sure wish I had just like one more set of places to grow food in this. You know, 2 commanderies that have just one minor settlement, not as good as they could be.
为天下苍生。
我有一事相求，随你。
一扫污浊。纯心守贞。
Alright, the deal is worn off.
为天下苍生。
We need reforms before we can even get better food buildings there, so going to this next level wouldn't even help us. Same amount of slots also. And it would give us more of a tax base from having a higher population though. Go down this way, be able to get more food. I guess we could just have like a food building here instead of the public school, because we have a better public school here. Yeah. Oh, we have to get this reform anyway. Which one? This one. And he'll be at Poison Volley in no time. We can go ahead and give the rule to Zheng Yong, who will now become a fearsome duelist overnight, you know.
力求上进。
算我求你个人情，如你所愿吧。
Yes, our trade monopoly is going well. But I guess somebody fell out of the monopoly, but now Cao Cao will negotiate a monopoly with us. And he'll even pay us for the honor. That's the good stuff there. Making more off of trade than we do off of taxes. Stacking the money, just as planned. Jung-Hoo can go ahead and I'm like, man, I need more assignments. All of these guys have access to really good assignments.
前途已明，加入我方吧。
And he wants to bring Gong Suzan in, but, you know, the other allies already declined. We're just hanging out. I'm just hoping the coalition can find a way to be peaceful with everyone. Yan Shao and Cao Cao, peace out. We're gonna peace out with Liu Dai because, again, you know, we never wanted to be at war with him. We're gonna make him pay, though, on account of how he started this. Got any cool stuff? Nah, it's too bad. How about money? Oh yeah, we're gonna be able to squeeze him good and proper here.
I mean,
it's only worth a couple grand, but hey. We get out of that war. A war we never wanted, a war we never asked for. He started it, you know, and we didn't invade or anything. We've been being good. The game recommends that I turn the difficulty down again. I'm like, no, I'm okay. Rong levels up again, and we get to Wisdom of the River, which will be very good indeed. Nothing like running in for a nice Wisdom Bomb on your foe. Alright, I forgot we were supposed to go to the other one. It'll be fine. We'll do it next winter. Plenty of time to peacefully hang out here, right? Hey! Liu Bei pushed Cao Cao out of the mountains. Good for him. We're of course not worried about anything like that. We're just doing our thing, man. We're just being a wise administrator of the province. Alright, now Liu Bei offers to pay us like 1,000 for one of these lousy ancillaries. And there it's more worth it. But it looks like he's making a mistake and that Cao Cao is going to roll him up from the south there. But hey, you know, if he wanted my advice, I would have told him to chill. I keep forgetting to go to my, we're just gonna keep on decreasing Cao Cao's imperial favor. I mean, all the man does is fight his neighbors, after all. And we're going all the way over to Binding Fury. That's the way to be. Like, would you sell me this? He wouldn't. Would you sell me... Lucian? No, it wouldn't let you. I guess here, if we offered him... Alright, if we offered Liu Bei like 12 grand, we could get the iron mine, which would pay off, I mean, like, someday. But it just goes to show that with enough money, we would be able to use our money to get things rather than just fighting, you know, so barbaric. We've maxed out our trade monopoly thing. Again, I don't know what it does, but we've got it. And now I guess Liu Bei is marching on the Imperial City to rescue his erstwhile nephew. You know, Godspeed you, dreams of an emperor. It's gonna take you a while to get up there. Yes, faction council. Okay, so think we want to... Well, the thing is that we don't really make that much from commerce. So if we cut commerce in half and then double peasantry... Yeah. Guess we'll just do that. And then here... we could raid some guys, but like we're friends with those people, so no reason to do that. We're just gonna level up Baha'i one more time, you know, just press it all the way to the limit, right? No, if we go here, we'll be able to upgrade the estate once more. This is the greatest and most passive playthrough in the world. Chonghe now is getting annoyed by not having a job, probably. He desires a higher court position. I don't have a higher court position to give him, is the thing. Don't have what he wants to give him. I don't have access to that.
坚定之人必胜，足下成人之美，我心甚慰。 算我求你个人，随你。
Alright, now Liu Bei is coming back home. I guess he thought better of trying to seize the Emperor. Everybody wants the devious attendant, right? But do they ever ask why? We're gonna keep on tanking Cao Cao's affection with the Emperor. give him a lot of satisfaction. Good. And then just do this again. Oh, this is going to reduce the peasantry. Okay, so that's different. We don't want that. We'll take a random ancillary because we've got some cash. Like, do we just go up here to get satisfaction for sentinels? It's so far to get generic satisfaction, right? But if we go... If we go here, we get access to those Azure Dragons. And the big estates. Like, no, we need to get this first, and then we can unlock the other thing. Been putting it off for a long time. At least our food is like in an alright spot. After we build this, it'll go down to less of an alright spot, but it'll still be okay.
下执于地，上参于天。向前进军，回家的感觉真不错。
We can build this for prestige and income from all sources. I mean, it's just... And the prestige, you know, we gotta get it somehow.
廉洁奉公。根壮而后，枝叶繁茂。
算我求你个人情，如你所愿。
All right. Sun sees an enemy of the Han. So, you know, we're doing good messing with some of our
朋友，欢迎。
people a bit. Like, will you trade me this? He doesn't want to. Could I make it happen by giving him like No, I mean he really doesn't want to, right? Oh, we gotta make the payments. I'm like, if we give him a bunch of money, become his vassal. Nah, I mean it's too much to give away, right? We just need to find some way to put him under more
别来无
pressure.
恙。 莫要急躁。
We don't have any spies to mess with him in any way. We'll just wait here. Upgrade this city one more time. The animal trader. We buy the elephant. Wonderful. You always gotta have your money for your elephant. Rong is gonna ride an elephant now. That is what he's gonna do. He's gonna be a guy with an elephant.
杀呀！ 今日此胜，乃承天之恩泽。
不如互通有无吧。如你所愿。
Alright, so peasantry over commerce again, so we can take this agricultural focus. +1 admin positions, but we don't have access to any more places to administrate. If we go up this tree, I guess we go up this tree for satisfaction for sentinels. Feels bad, but I guess it's necessary. Because he's very angry. And none of these give satisfaction. This sword does, though. Give him something to do that doesn't make him any happier.
朋友，欢迎。
Like, is it worth it? He's at war with all these people. If we become his vassal, is it worth it? We can just try to have him made an enemy of the Han. It's probably not going to work, though, and I'm probably going to run out of my resource trying to do it. Like, what's...
老友来访，甚是欣慰。
Well, if we get it off of him, what's he gonna do once we break the vassalage, right? So we can just pay Liu Bei 15 grand straight across for this, but that's madness if we don't have the other part of it.
朋友，欢迎。
Well, I guess we're just gonna keep on stacking money because I don't know what to do with it.
加入我方，保你不死。如你所愿吧。
Like we could have gone to the north to deal with the yellow turbans. I'm just reticent to leave home for that long, right? We can afford one more slot there now with the food that we've got. Young gets eliminated, so like we're gonna want to look in the pool, see if he shows up. You know, we'd love to grab him. Doesn't look like he did. And Yan Shao becomes the colonel of the Northern Army. Nothing bad will happen to us because of this, no doubt. We'll celebrate the hero because he's mad. And we'll get some ancillary items. A clay cup. Try to go up that way, and then we'll get more satisfaction for sentinels, I guess. Because it's the only way I can think of to keep... Oh, he swore vassalage to Yuan Shao.
如你所愿。将为天下苍生效力。
Zhuge Liang has offered his services to someone. Good for them.
"真喜讯也！" 勇夺荣耀！
如此软弱，岂会有人支持？
Cao Cao very generously offers to make us his vassal. Get out of here.
你我结盟，可谓天下一大幸事。
It's like, we don't really need to bring anybody else into this coalition. Yeah, not enough to support another bigger building. Maybe in another few handfuls of seasons when we can get slightly better buildings for food production. And Chao vassalizes basically everybody.
老友来访，甚是欣
Will
慰。
he trade me this commandery now? Nope, now he's even less willing to do it. Yan Chao has so many vassals. Well, hopefully they won't declare war on me, right? Peasantry income good.
讨贼！我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。出发，来人，禀报一下近况。
朋友，欢
Yeah,
迎。
'cause I can't buy it off of them. Because we don't engage in offensive wars, I guess we just are gonna live here forever. Seems fine. Just live here until some bigger faction comes and kills me because I'm a fool. Seems fine. what's the difference? So one of them has slightly more income from peasantry. Like, I'll take the food, thanks.
此为苍生黎民之天下，非暴虐诸侯之天下。
And we finally got that reform, but like he's still so upset about working for me. I literally can't give him any jobs. If I do, somebody else will quit.
大义将临，莫敢不从。
我方静候足小回复。你自找的。
Can't believe Yanshu's still alive.
天下苍生。
But and like everyone is in Yuan Shao's alliance now, right? Like everybody.
消灭敌军，下执于地，上参于天，都是为各自信念而战罢了。奋力一战。
如此才能避免无谓的冲突。甚善。
为了天下苍生。 今日此胜，乃承天之恩泽。
I was like, I don't even think I need this building. guess we build that to unlock a reform or something? I don't know. Guess we'll go up that way. There's like another trade agreement there. Not that it'll do anything for me, but we'll stack more money without anything to do with it.
枝芽新生，茁壮成长。拿起武器。我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。
别来无恙。
Right, so he wants military access. We might be able to make this happen for this. Yeah, there we go. Finally. Perfection.
估准了。发动农民。
Oh, we don't have an administrator slot for it. Well, it's still going somewhere. Songba, who is a crafty fellow. Well, now we grabbed that. Now we try to buy Dongping off of Liu Bei. Here we'll just pay him a bunch of money. Alright. And just like that, we've got a little bit more land. Now we are going to need gonna need another army to put down these rebellions. We could just break the tax building here.
目标只有一个。召集商贾，我要视察一下他们的货物。
I know this army doesn't need to be expensive, right? This army just needs to have enough in it to pop a rebellion. Does he have poison volley? Not yet.
“大人有何打算？”大人，有话直说。稳住阵型。
Hopefully we'll find a way to stabilize this before too long. Do we want to sell this? I don't think so. I think we just want to break this building and...
老友来访，甚是欣慰。
何不互帮互助？
老友来访，甚是欣慰。
别来无恙。很高兴与你见面，
朋友，欢迎。
Like, can't we...
很高兴见到足下。
有话要说。
很高兴与你见面。
Yeah, there's not that many eligible bachelorettes, I guess, right?
欢迎。
If only Sunrun wanted to marry me, but I guess she is not currently trying to get married off. I don't actually know how old she is at this point. Not trying to be weird. I just like her as a character.
大人有何吩咐？大人，愿一切安好。
Chong hit like nothing will make this man happy, right? Food, it's not really enough to upgrade over the top of.
不会与你为敌的。
It's like, yeah, I didn't want to aggress with you anyway, buddy. Yeah, I don't think we need this building.
战，万民之声不可小觑。保持镇定。
That's right, you're not even supposed to.
我绝不动摇。
I mean, I guess he's just gonna leave, right? What are you gonna do? Oh, go on Shang. Now, could we keep him in our faction? Probably not. He'd probably get really mad. Sima Yi. Like, do I think he's a spy? Maybe. Alright, so we can take this for an admin position. But if we don't grab Sima Yi right now, will we ever get to grab him? Character defection can trigger civil war. Well, you know, hopefully it won't happen.
拉弓之时需屏气凝神。
They're probably about to leave, huh? Yep. Well, we'll see if he's a spy, right? He might be a spy. We'll see. And that person just used the faction. What are you gonna do?
下执于地，上参于天。
Look, I thought this guy would be better. We won't be able to get this till we get to level 10. And he won't be able to get night fighting at all. And he might be a spy that's going to destroy our faction. I don't know.
坚定不移。
足下若还心怀百姓，则不如归服。那就如此吧。
Yeah, he just takes a fifth of everything, but like, why does he deserve a piece at all?
我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。
全军听令！
Give him that, then he'll go to 8. And now we can... Oh no, he's on assignment, so we can't. Oh, I wonder if Cao Cao will sell me satisfaction building. That would solve my problems. Liu Bei confederated to Liu Biao. Very good for him.
别来无恙。
Okay, so we can totally get this out of him. Alright, and so for the low cost of 21 grand,
估准了。
we stabilize the satisfaction.
“我有一事相求，随你。”
我虽有所晋升，但仍心系苍生。
坚如盾牌，势如利刃。
讨贼！万民之声不可小觑，为天下黎民。今日此胜，乃承天之恩泽。
10 more. Alright, so we get 5 prestige from that. Yeah, we just build the admin office. And then once we level it up, that'll get us that next level there. Campaign movement range, yeah, I think so. But now we can put him as an administrator, which will make him get over himself. We're grabbing this guy just to loot him of his cool stuff. Like, would you trade me Ping Chong? He says he doesn't want to, but that doesn't mean he wouldn't do it. Oh, we need to stabilize public order over here before we move over there. But if I can just buy that off of him for like a ton of money, then... Well, man oh man, it's gotten late. I've been forgetting to go to the Emperor. Like I just messed with Cao Cao because I'm suspicious of him. He's ever been my friend here.
大义将临，莫敢不从。放他们回家去吧，消灭敌军。我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。
如利刃。
One cav unit, I mean,
全军注意！
meh.
治下百姓是死是活，劝甚善。我的目标十分明确。
We're gonna rush that. Yeah, worth it. And now we will become a marquis. We will get more trade agreements. We need another administrator.
“老友来访，甚是欣慰。”
何不互帮互助？
And now we'll get a trade monopoly with them. It'll be expensive, but not that expensive. We'll end up making almost as much.
准了。
And of course, keeping our monopoly high.
坚如盾牌，势如利刃。
All right, well, that'll do it for this video. When we come back, we'll do more of this, more peaceful, taking over of the realm as we can. You know, this can only go on so long, but it feels good right now, and I'm gonna keep on keeping on while we can do it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed. Rong has become a marquis here. 21 years after starting. Hey, we're doing fine. We're doing well. I'm happy with how this is going. If he's not a spy. I sure hope he's not a spy. We'll find out eventually. But yeah, if we just build this bigger, I'm like, if we could just stabilize public order here, then we can move down here and try to think about, you know, getting something else going on in that direction. Alternately, just buying this farmland off of them. But we'll see. We shall see. And hopefully we're gonna keep on keeping on. You know, we've got a huge war chest, but that'll only get us so far with a small place like this to build from and not great replenishment. You know, we'll see what we can do. But anyway, that's all I've got for you right now. See you guys later.